Hi Flosstube, I'm Annie and I am the Proper Stitcher and welcome to episode number 77. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. This is a channel where I like to talk about cross stitch and quilting and hopefully inspire you to fully finish your projects. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your support and all of your wonderful comments and messages you send my way. I appreciate each and every one of you. I am coming to you on a Tuesday, and this is Thanksgiving week here in the States. And I am so excited because today Gray comes home from school. She'll be home in about 2 hours. So I'm trying to sneak in a quick video here. I've been spending the day getting the house ready for her, getting things just set for her, going to the grocery store. And I wanted to go ahead and record today so that we don't have to worry with that tomorrow. And so you all can also maybe have some floss tubes to listen to while you are either stitching this week or preparing dinner for family or any other downtime you may have. So I wanted to come to you all with a quick video. As you can see, I have a different backdrop today. I changed my bookshelves yesterday for Christmas. They're a little different than they were last year. Last year I had everything a little bit more monochromatic and matchy, and this year I wanted to kind of have a completely different look. And so it's still a work in progress. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with these two shelves here, but for now they're going to keep my fabric until I can think of something else, or they may just stay that way. I don't know. But I did have some help from Matthew, and I really did appreciate that help. He's always good with decorating, and he has a great eye for things, so he came in and helped me for a little while. I did a video of the work, so it is something that I will insert here in a moment, but I thought it would be fun to do a little time-lapse video, and I posted it yesterday on my Facebook page and on Instagram. So why don't you all just sit back for just a second. We will look at that video of me decorating the back. So enjoy. Hi Flosstube, I'm Annie and I am the Proper Stitcher, and today we are decorating my bookshelves for Christmas. So as you can see, my bookshelves, there's my cup of tea. My bookshelves have been cleaned out of all of my other decorations that I had up. And I've even cleaned out the top shelf up there. I already put the wreaths up a couple of days ago, so I didn't want to take those down, but I just hung those with some ribbon. I'll show you in a minute. And then here is, I'm going to span down here so you can see all of this stuff. So I have my cross stitch pieces that I'm thinking about incorporating. I have some battery operated lights, all of my other battery operated lights, a lot of greenery, and I'm going to try to incorporate my favorite nativity on the shelves. This is a blue and white set that I have. I have a ladder. I have lots of other little filler type things, some dolls, my jar of tomatoes. Don't know if I'm going to replace those and put something else in there. I have some plates, some plate stands, a quilt, all kinds of things. I have a box full of ornaments. I have to make a mess to do this, so everything's a little messy right now, but we're not judging, right? And then here is the box of all of my ribbon and other ornaments. Some of these items will make it on the shelf, some will not. So what I'm gonna do now is do a time-lapse video, and we'll just see how this turns out. Well, I'm done, and it is probably going to be a work in progress for a little while, but let's turn it around so you can see. So up at the top, I have a Joe Spencer doll and some Ray Dunn and my Joy Noel JBW More JBW, lots of light and greenery. My nativity is here in the middle. This is a little bit more of a prim section. I think I kind of went with an eclectic taste this year. Last year, everything was pretty matchy. This year, it's all a little different. And then up here, I have my antique sampler, some Prairie Schooler. Down here, I've got my tomatoes, Brenda Gervais, and that's it. So that was a lot of fun to do yesterday. It made a mess, a big mess. I think I've cleaned it all up. I've gotten everything pretty much back where it belongs, and it was fun to do that. I wanted to do things just a little, like I said, just a little different this year, and I wanted to include my favorite nativity on my shelves, and that is a blue and white set of nativity that a friend of mine gave me many years ago. I do not know where she got it. She knew that my favorite color was blue, and she ordered it for me online. So I don't know the store, but I absolutely love it. It is just one of my favorites to set out. I have several nativity sets that I set out every year, and we saved one special one for Gray to put out. That is a Fontanini set that we have. We've had that as long as Matthew and I have been a couple, and she likes to put that out. That's her favorite thing to put out. She and Tristan actually both do that together. So that is something they will work on this weekend when Gray is home. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the bookshelves. I thought it was just a lot of fun to incorporate some things. I did change one thing from the video last night. I switched out, I had a different piece, a red stitched sampler, a heartstring sampler here in the corner. I replaced it with a Teresa Kogut punch needle Santa. So I included that photo of this punch needle at the beginning of the video. So you can go back and take a look at that if you'd like. So let's jump into life updates. So as I said, Gray will be home here in a few hours. Today's Tuesday. She'll be home for Thanksgiving. Matthew has been so excited. He's been decorating lights outside. He's been getting everything ready for her. Tristan has finished up school. He's out for the rest of the week. So we're just excited to have her here. We're going to have a smaller Thanksgiving meal this year. So we are just looking forward to just some home-cooked meals. Tonight, she has a special request. Actually, she has a special request every day she's here of food. She's just so hungry for home-cooked food. And she has asked for shrimp pesto pasta, which is one of her favorites that I make. And I'm just nothing special. It's just a pasta with pesto sauce that I make and sauteed shrimp. So that is what we're having for dinner with bread and salad. So we are going to have a yummy dinner, probably a big breakfast in the morning, and then she has several appointments tomorrow. Tristan has a couple of appointments tomorrow, and I have a work engagement tomorrow. So after tomorrow afternoon, I think we are just home for the weekend. We will just enjoy some family time, and we already have our list of Christmas movies we're going to watch this weekend. So I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving and enjoy this time with your family and friends. It is truly just a wonderful time of the year, just a beautiful time of the year, and keep those in mind this year who have lost loved ones this year and who will be missing them this holiday season. I know we have a couple of deaths in our family this year, and we just, it's just going to be a little bit different, but all the same, we will definitely make sure to reach out to those loved ones who we're thinking about as well. So I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. So let's jump into my previous finishes. I said last week on Thursday when I recorded that I would share with you all some of my previous finishes as I pull them out while I'm decorating. So I have 3 to share with you today. I have more that I wanted to share, but I cannot find them right now. I am finding things in the oddest places. Like I found a box of all of my Rae Dunn Christmas mugs, which I was worried I'd lost them, but I finally found them, and they were not where I thought they would be. But it was all of this Rae Dunn in Christmas mugs, and all of my placemats and napkins for Christmas. So that was a joy to find. And when I found those, I found some other things too. So Some of these I remember and some of them I don't. Actually, I do. I know all of these. So this is Plum Pudding by Brenda Gervais, With Thy Needle and Thread. And I stitched this last year. This was so much fun to stitch. And I may change this up. When I made this last year, I put it on a vintage muffin tin or a bundt tin, just an old little cupcake bundt tin. And I put magnets on the back, and this comes off too. But I may move this to a board. I haven't decided if I want to keep it like this, but for now they sit in my kitchen. Last year they were on my bookshelves. This year they're down in the kitchen. But I love these mice. This is With Thy Needle and Thread, Plum Pudding. I used all the called for colors. This is stitched on 28 count coffee tea dyed Monaco even weave, and I tea dyed it. I followed Priscilla's and Chelsea's instructions on Stitching with the Housewives. They have a video on how to coffee tea dye. But I love these little mice. I love this red. This is Ribbon Red, I believe. I think this is when I discovered Ribbon Red by Classic Colorworks, and I realized I love the color so much. But they are so cute, and I just love this little cake stand. So sweet. So how I finished this is I did the sandwich method. I call it the sandwich method. But I used Priscilla's Pretty Plaids. And then this is a Bonnie and Camille fabric. And I had this pink Lori Holt rickrack that I just sandwiched in between all of it. And I finished it on sticky board, and then I put it on this little tin. But the wonderful thing about using the magnets and the washers is if I change my mind, I can put this on a different piece if I want to. But for now, I think it fits on this vintage bundt pan or tin because they're cooking. They're in the kitchen. So I just love it. And then this is a antique or a vintage little doll toy or children's toy of cookie cutters. I found it at an antique store. So I put it in the middle of all the greenery and the bows. And this was so much fun to make. I love it. And that is still one you can get. That is a With Thy Needle and Thread pattern that is still easily accessible. This is an older Brenda Gervais With Thy Needle and Thread. This is Letters to Santa. And I stitched this a long time ago. I do not remember the fabric I used, but I followed the instructions on the colors. I used all the called for colors, but I used a larger count fabric because I wanted to make a big pillow. So I think this is 22 count. It may be a 25 count. I used 2 strands of floss on this, and I just love how primitive he is. He is so cute. And then I used this striped ticking fabric that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I have said this to y'all before in some of my videos. When you stuff pillows, just when you think you have it stuffed full to where you want it, stuff some more. Just put a little bit more in there, because this, I thought I had him pretty stuffed and he has sagged a little. So I think I might cut him open and stuff him a little bit more. But I did the ticking on the front and on the back. And this is just from Hobby Lobby. And then I had this Lady Dot Creates rickrack, and I put it on the pillow too. Just a simple finish. And I keep this on my sofa in the living room. So Letters to Santa, With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. It is an older one. She has a season, one for each season in this series. There is a Halloween version. Well, maybe not another season. Maybe just Christmas and Halloween. I can't remember. But Letters to Santa. And then this next one, the last one I have to share with you. This was a antique store find. I found this piece of fabric here with this stitched Santa on it. And this is in pearl cotton, very large count. I found him at an antique store. And I could not leave him there. This is an old Prairie Schooler Santa. This is one of the first ones, one of the first annual Santas. So I brought him home and finished him into a pillow, and I used Priscilla's Pretty Plaids. And I already see where it has ripped right here, so I just need to go in and mend that a little bit. But this was so much fun to save and to stitch into a giant pillow. And then I found these old bells at Hobby Lobby and put them on this twine. So just a simple finish. And those are 3 of my previous finishes. I think all of those I finished last year. Either they were stitched last year or they were fully finished last year. So for those of you who are new to my channel, my philosophy on finishing, cross-stitch finishing, is I would rather have a finished project than a perfect project. And I've said that from the day one of all of my Flosstube videos. And the reason I say that is I have known people who, and myself included, that used to not fully finish their cross-stitch pieces because they were worried that they would not be perfect, or that they would mess it up, or that it wouldn't be as perfect as someone else or someone in on Instagram or Pinterest or any of those things. And so what I found is people were just stitching and not finishing because they had this fear of things not being perfect. And what I have always said is, don't worry about that. Don't worry about things being perfect. Practice makes things better. And so just keep on trying, and you will get more comfortable with your finishing, and don't let that keep you from fully finishing your pieces, because now I have pieces that I can share in my home at Christmas or for gifts, and so that makes me happy. And if it's something I'm not comfortable doing, I will watch a video over and over again, a tutorial on how to finish it, or I will practice on scrap fabric or something that I am more comfortable with. It's okay if I mess it up. So I have many videos on talking about my philosophy. So I hope that helps you understand that a little bit more of how I feel about finishing pieces. So let's go into my whips. I've only worked on one whip this weekend, and that is my work in progress. And that is because I filmed on Thursday, and so I've only been stitching for a couple of days, and I really want to get this piece finished right away. So I have been stitching from the Ooh La La Blackbird Design book, and I showed y'all this whole book last week in my last video, but I am working on the Spring Green pincushion in this book. And this is a very small piece, very detailed piece, but a very small piece, and it's very pretty. I am using all of the called for floss, and I am stitching it on American Chestnut 36 count. And here's my progress, and I am almost finished. But here is my progress. Here's my progress. It is so pretty. All of these colors are so pretty. And you can see that it is not going to be a very big piece. I am almost to where I can make these two sides meet. So I finished the house. I've worked a little bit more on the border, and I've worked on all of this detail through here. So it's so pretty. I love this piece. So these, the floss in these, they're all Weeks Dye Works colors. I have them in my chair. They're a mess. I did not want to bring them over because they're not even on their floss drops. But I am using 1 strand of floss over 2. This is on 36 count. And I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it. I may finish it into a pillow. I may finish it on a board. And I may frame it. I'm not sure yet. So that is Spring Green pincushion from the Ooh La La Blackbird Designs book. And that's my only whip that I have this week. Hopefully I'll have more to share with you next week. It's just been a short time between my last video. And I wanted to show you again while we're talking about whips. I am going to start on December 1st with Merritt Crawford. We are going to start a stitch along. It is a new JBW design called Over the Fields We Go, and we are stitching this on December 1st. We would love it if you join us. And the hashtag we are using on Instagram and on Facebook, if you'd like to use it, is hashtag JBW OER the Fields Sow. And I am using, and so is Merritt, we are using, and you can use any color fabric you want and any floss you want. But I decided to use the red linen. This is 28 count cashmere linen. Merritt's using an Aida, a red Aida. And I am going to use just DMC, 2 strands of floss over 2. And you can see where Judy has it reversed. If you'd rather stitch it on white and use red, or if you would rather stitch it in blue. I also think it would be beautiful. Judy has done this on some of hers where she uses like a navy blue fabric with white. And I do want to do some of her pieces like that with the navy blue fabric. Very pretty, very, very just dainty and elegant. Just a perfect Judy Whitman design, JBW. So I will link this below, her website. If you want to order from her, you can order online at your one of your local needlework store or at one of your local needlework stores. And I'd love it if you join us and share your progress. That's going to be so much fun. So that's December 1st is when we're starting that one. If I can wait, I may sneak in a stitch or two before then. So that is all of the sales that I have going on, except for the Joyous Season. I didn't get to work on that too much this week. That's a Plum Street sampler sale I'm working on, and I may start on Thanksgiving. Kim and I have discussed starting Coming to America by Brenda Gervais with I Needle and Thread. I don't know if I'm going to be able to start that on Thanksgiving, but maybe this weekend I'll start it. And speaking of Stitch Etc. and Kim, I am going to be at her store on Saturday, December the 3rd. If you're in the area, we would love for you to stop by. We are doing a Christmas ornament workshop, if you will. If you have a stitched ornament or a stitched piece that you'd like to come by and finish it into an ornament, Kim is supplying all the sticky board, fabric, trims, glue, all those things. So we'd love it if you stop by. Just we're asking that it be 5 by 5 or smaller so that we can really have that ornament size. So I hope you can make it. I'll be there all day Saturday, December 3rd. So let's jump into my haul. I did not have a lot of haul this week. Actually, I don't think I had any haul this week. I didn't. I got 2 cards in the mail. One from Merritt Crawford and a thank you card from a previous giveaway winner, Marlene, thank you. And she also sent a beautiful little Christmas ornament. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. So that is all I got in the mail this week. It was a pretty quiet week. I did get some gifts from Fat Quarter Shop that will be used today as giveaways. So I will show you those at the end. So all of the giveaways for today are provided by the Fat Quarter Shop. So I really do appreciate them doing that. Last week I asked you all to share with me, when do you decorate for Christmas? And that was a lot of fun to read all through your comments. Because I haven't had a full week since the last video, I'm going to leave the comments open on that video, episode number 76. So we will hold off on those giveaways for next week. So I'll do last week's giveaway winners, announce those winners next Thursday, and then I'll announce next Thursday the winners from the giveaways that I'm going to share with you today. So I'll combine those two just so it gives everyone a little bit more time to go back and see episode 76. But I enjoyed reading all of your comments. It was a lot of fun. I read some out loud to Matthew. We got a good laugh out of a lot of them. I do see how some houses, they are truly a house divided, where some of you, you have a wife that likes to decorate early and a husband that wants you to wait, or vice versa. And so I was joking with Matt and said that may be one of those questions you ask when you start dating someone or when you're getting to know someone. When do you decorate for Christmas? That should be your first question. But I am fortunate enough that Matt loves decorating for Christmas, and he does not mind if I pull it out early. And so that's what we do. Often we save the main Christmas tree for after Thanksgiving, but everything else we pull out early. And so that's a lot of fun. But I enjoyed reading all of your comments. If you have not done so already, go back and watch episode 76. Leave a comment there, and we will announce those winners from that giveaway next week. So for this week, I had a lot of you ask me, how do you enter, or how do you know what the question is for entering to win? I always announce the question or tell you the question or something to comment below right before I show the giveaway. Sometimes it's after, but I always make sure to mention what the question is. This week, I would like for you to answer, what are you most thankful for? Since we are going into this season of being thankful, I would love to know, what are you thankful for? And just list that below. I'm thankful for my family, my friends, our health, and for this time that we get to share together. And I'm thankful for all of you who bring so much joy into my life. So thank you all so much for what you do for me. So here are the giveaways for this week. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, comment below with the number that you would like to be entered to win. There are 5 giveaways, but there are two chances. I'll announce 2 winners for each item, so 1 through 5, and I'll draw 2 names for each entry. So here we go. So like the video, subscribe to my channel, answer the question below. So thank you, Fat Quarter Shop, for all of these giveaways. So we have some quilt patterns. Number 1, swallowtail design. This is an It's So Emma. It is a table runner, a throw, lap, and a twin blanket pattern. This is called Swallowtail, number 1. Number 2 is also an It's So Emma quilt. This is a Lori Holt design. This is for So Scrappy Spools. I love this. So Scrappy Spools. So 2 names for that. Number 2. Number 3 is Fall is in the Air cross stitch pattern. This is a Stitch Quarterly. Number 3. Number 4 is Rudolph Typeface series. Number 4. So cute. Number 5 is the Cookie Cutter Ornaments. Number 5. And these are so cute. All of these patterns, they have Classic Colorworks or DMC conversion. So that's number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Answer the question. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop. I really do appreciate you sending those to us. I am still working on getting giveaways out in the mail. So if you haven't received something from me, it is coming, I promise. Thank you all so much. I hope that you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving and have great weather and safe travels if you are traveling to visit people. So thanks for watching. See you next week.